In our day, there is a stunning increase in the use of technology. Such increase resulted in the rapid penetration of technology into the daily lives of human beings. Wherever there are, the humans are surrounded with various technologies and technological elements, including smartphones, tablets, wireless internet, games, consoles, TV, videos, mobile devices, and applications. Moreover, every year, the diversity of technology increases and goes into the daily lives of human beings. Welcome to IYDS India. My name is Shad, and I'm the analyst. Thank you for coming today. I'm looking forward to talking with you today about how technology makes our life easier. I am honored to be with you here. Now, before I'm starting the webinar, I personally requested to all of you, please subscribe the channel and mark your presence in the comment section so it will be easy for us to identify who are attending the webinar or not. And last but not least, there is a feedback form which we'll be sharing at the end of the session. So please do not ask for the feedback link during the session. It is mandatory to fill the feedback form to get your e-certificates. Feedback form link will be going to share in the description comment section as well as in your WhatsApp group or Telegram group. Let's get started before further delay. These are the topics which we cover in this session. React with me. Now, what is science and what is technology? Technology, science, and knowledge are important in modern contemporary society. The understanding of how social, cultural, and material elements influences the production of new practices, new ways of understanding, and new institution is vital in our understanding of contemporary post-modern society. And science provides students with insight into how different processes of knowledge are initiated and progressed, and how innovative technological processes are developed, employed, and increases in importance. Studies of technology and science gives insight into the understanding of knowledge and technology. Science and knowledge from the viewpoint of the humanities and the social sciences. Now move to the next, major impacts. Computers changed the world a lot. It helped man step forward into the future. Thanks to computers, technology, space explorations came true. New designs of vehicles and other transportations were made. Entertainment became more entertaining. Medical science made more cures for disease. The computers impacted our lives in many ways. You may not notice it, but they did make life a lot easier. Some people say that computers or technology taking away manpower. That may be true, but computers did we make the impossible possible. It is impossible to name all the impacts in this paper, but we can see some major ones. Now move to the next, which is education. Through the use of advanced computing and telecommunications technology, learning can also be qualitatively different. The process of learning in the classroom can become significantly richer as the students have access to new and different types of information, can manipulate it on the computer through graphics displays or control experiments in way never before possible, and can communicate their results and conclusions in a variety of media to their teacher, student in the next classroom, or student around the world. For example, using technology, students can collect and graph real-time weather, environment, and population data from their community, uses the data to create color maps and graphs, and then compare these maps to other created by students in other communities. Similarly, instead of reading about the textbook pictures depicting blood flow, pictures Similarly, instead of reading about the textbook pictures, blood flow, student can use technology to see blood moving through veins, watch the process of oxygen entering the bloodstream, and experiment to understand the effect of increased pulse or cholesterol-filled arteries on blood flow. Education was impacted by computers very much. Computers help out students in a lot of today's projects and essays. If a student were to do an essay, they could look in an electronic encyclopedia in the computer, or they could look up their topic on the internet. Computers help students in any way they need, researching, typing, searching, etc. Teachers use computers as well. They use computer to keep track of grades, type out instruction for their students, and to let students use the computer for school purposes. Move to the next, which is business. Computers impacted many items in today's business world area too. Business uses computers for keeping track of accounts, money, or in items that they need. You may notice business people using computers a lot, especially the laptop computer, portable computers that can be taken to your work area. You may see people use things like pie charts and graphs when they present information to other business people in meetings. Most of those charts were made by computers. The business field uses the computers a lot for their companies and organizations. With the rapidly advancing technology that are occurring in modern business, organizations are required to be ready and able to adapt within their ever-changing environment. The computer technology has quickly become one of the most valuable assets in modern technology, and as such is developing as an integral part of modern commerce. As with past technology, the internet will have future technological advances developed from its own growth. The internet has led to the birth and evolution of electronic commerce or e-commerce. E-commerce has now become a key component of many organizations in the daily running of their business. Now, this is the another area computer impacted on is the entertainment area. Most of the people out there like science fiction or action movies, especially the ones with the neat looking effects. Well, those graphics were mostly made by computers. They're using technology for made. Most of the movies today use computer graphics to make things more realistic but not real. Computer graphics are mostly used on spaceships, aliens, monsters, and special effects. Movies like Jurassic Park, Wing Commander, Starship Troopers, Avenger used computer to make them look more interesting and realistic. There's even more. Not only movies use computer animation and graphics, games on the latest game consoles like PlayStation use the computers to make the coolest games ever. Games nowadays use computer graphics and animation to make the coolest games. Computer games also have their share. New 3D games were made by really cool computer graphics. It would be really boring without all this, wouldn't you think? That's how computers impacted today's our entertainment. And this is the health sector where important field computers impacted on is the medical field. The computers help the hospitals out very much. In pharmacies, the pharmacists use computer to keep a record of what medication to give to a patient and the amount they need. Most computers in the hospital are used to keep data of patients and their status. Computers also keep track of equipment placement and status as well. Scientists need the help of computers to find cures for diseases that needs cures like cancer and TVs. Without the computer's help, cures for a lot of disease wouldn't have been found. Computers help the medical area a lot, and we are grateful for the scenes they keep track of our health. Now, the glimpse of impacts of other technology. Of course, there are many other important information technologies out there that have profound impact on almost everything. We can't go through all of them here. Below, we will mention some many points is that computer technologies, the one is my view that have had the most profound impact. Either computer technology can do whatever technology can, or other technology need computer to be more effective. Radio, television, printing press, and so on. The radio was certainly one of the most important inventions of the 1920s because it brought a whole new way for people to communicate and interact. Radio provided a cheap and convenient way of conveying information and ideas. Today's people listen to the radio online, and radio listeners substantially declining during the past few years. Now, move to the next, which is television, the smart TV. It's hard to imagine a world without television. Most Americans and Indian families, Asian, have multiple TV sets around the house, and at least one is on from when they get up in the morning until they go to bed in the evening. It seems as if television is and always have been an important part of our everyday lives. Today, you can also watch TV online and in a more flexible way. Now move to the next, which is printing press, the newspapers and the articles of the magazines. The effect of printing press was to multiply the output and cut the cost of books. It thus made information available to a much larger segment of the population who were eager to information of any variety. The printing press certainly initiated an information revolution on the internet today. Printing could and did spread new ideas quickly and with greater impact. Now, other is online payment service. Electronic payment charge the way people use their finances. They provided a faster and more secure method of conducting transactions. The rise of electronic payments came with the big boom of the internet. Using your credit or debit card online has some potential risk, but the benefits often outweigh the cons. All of your favorite clothes and shoes are just a few clicks away. Applying for loans is also possible these days because many online lending companies have started flourishing. So in that spirit, we wanted to give you a small list of transactions that you can complete via electronic payment methods. Paying the bills. Remember when you had to wait several hours just to pay your bills? Well, within the modern payment system, you have one more option. Many countries made a system where you can receive your bills on your email and use your card to pay them. That way, you skip the process of walking to the banks and waiting in line. Plus, you get rid of any extra fees attached. Paying the bills online is a win-win situation for both sides. On one side, the state receives the tax much faster, and on the other side, you save time and money as well. And the other is ordering stuff online. Amazon and eBay and in India, there's famous e-commerce site, which is Flipkart, are some of the leading e-commerce sites. They are filled with various products from clothes and kitchen appliances to phones, car parts, and much more. The process is very simple. You just search for your product and buy it. The shipping process might take some time depending on your location, but nevertheless, you don't have to walk from store to store and waste days while searching for a nice t-shirt or anything you want. Now move further. Social media platform. We all are in social media nowadays. Let us consider how social media can add value to our lives. Social media helps you maintain relationships by making it easy to reach family and friends who live far. It closes the gap created by distance. You may have not seen someone for a few years, but newsfeed updates keep you in the loop of what is happening in their lives. There are some social bookmarking tools that can improve your access to information. For instance, make it easier for a user to find and save relevant and useful articles, sites, photos, and videos as well. In as much as social media can distract you from your goals, it can also help you accomplish them if you use the platform effectively. Support groups exist on platforms such as Facebook, and they can connect you with people who can help you achieve whatever goals you have set, whether it is personal or professional. Finding it difficult to figure out where your passion lies. The internet is such a vast space with blogs and images that can bring you closer to discovering your passions. Pinterest is a great platform for exploring ideas and seeing what's out there. Blogs are one of the most useful platforms, especially for writers. If you need a platform to express your emotions and share your musings or creative writing pieces, personal blogs, as we can see, social media can serve a good purpose and help us add value to our lives. Many of us use social media to promote projects that we are working on. Some use it to send invites for events, others use it to build online communities. Social media can also improve our social lives and connect us with people from different corners of the globe. In order for the use to continue benefiting from social media, we need to make sure that we do not find ourselves measuring our self-worth based on the numbers of likes and comments on our post or the number of followers we have. We need to be international about striking a balance between growing our online connections and ensuring a healthy mental state. Move to the next, which is, does modern technology make life more convenient? Yes, it depends on what the individual needs. Some people may think that they can't live without technology nowadays, but does modern technology make more convenient? Or was life better with simpler technology? Everyone might have different still people who are willing to chase for a simple lifestyle. Our world was created in the most simplex form, formally, days by days and years by years. Men are progressing constantly. For this reason, the world is getting more and more evolution. From the uncomplicated, primitive lifestyle to the technological lifestyle these days, we can see that the world has changed a lot. In evidence, we can find electrical appliances in almost every family. We can also see everyone is with a mobile phone on their hands wherever they go, etc. From these examples given, we can know that the progressions of technology are absolutely unnecessary for men's life or women's life nowadays. Now, the advantage or disadvantage of technology. From day to day, our world has been changed gradually from one condition to another. New ideas always come up to the minds of every people to make the living better. Nowadays, technology has advanced in tremendous leaps and bounds. We cannot imagine the world without technological advances such as computers, television, and machines, and so on. However, there are some advantage and disadvantage of technology. First of all, Technologies play a very important role in society because it makes life easier to live on and less time consuming. Technology has the ability to create shortcuts in working. People do not have to do all the hard labor anymore. For example, microwave ovens cook food easily without using any stoves and making a big mess. Some decade ago, there were no gas or electric stoves. People have to get firewood and lighting them up for cooking. Technology makes things very easy to use, comparing it in the old-fashioned way. Moreover, medical science is very progressive and saves many innocent lives. Medical treatment has been going well with the help of technology. Nowadays, hospitals use technology as the assistant for operations. The impact of VR technology. The virtual technology is a computerized simulation environment that allows a human experience a thing that is not taking place in front of them, but is virtually happening in front of their eyes, making their minds to feel, sense, and get immersed into the virtual reality at any place, anytime, and anywhere. In order to make the human brain feel the virtual environment, we must provide some instrument to not only make it look real, but also feel real. This feeling of reality can be achieved through the use of these components as mentioned. Firstly, there should be a source to view virtual reality to the user. This can be achieved with help of personal computer if viewing for an indoor purpose, console for a real-life experience, and smartphones for experiencing at outdoors. They act as a powerful engine to the content being produced. Secondly, there must be an interface between the human brain and the virtual world, which is achieved by head-mounted display. These are devices which makes our mind to feel and sense the virtual reality. And finally, the reflex which is required when an action is done. This can be done with any of the input devices like joysticks, tracking balls, data gloves, trackpads, and motion platforms. Now move to the next, which is technology controlling our lives. It is true. Years and years ago, the internet was an escape from the world. Now the world is our escape from the internet and the abundance of technology. While technology can be very beneficial, it can control our lives without us even knowing it. Yes, it is nice having the ability to access anything and anyone at any time, but can we go 5 minutes without our phone? Just think about it. In some respects, technology is incredibly helpful and has made many aspects of people's life easier and more convenient. In other ways, and depending on what and how, technological advances can be seen as harmful, depending on your perception and point of view. Like anything, if we allow it to control us, it will. As the time passed, we never realized that we were slowly getting trapped by something that had been existing due to us. Everything built has its cons and pros. When it comes to technology, we never looked upon its consequences because the perspective for the advancement of technology has always been for the betterment of the society. It turned out as a miracle and its advancement has no end. Technology has proved to be very beneficial to all of us because it reduces human labor and saves times. Have you ever imagined yourself a day without a mobile phone? Did you ever think in life how much are we dependent on it? For an instant, the first thing many of us do in the morning as the alarm goes off is to check cell phones. No person in this world could ever exist without a cell phone. The reason being is helplessness. It is sometimes impossible to measure how much we use technology each day. We can never escape technology. Our day-to-day work is completely dependent on it. Youth and technology. Technology is such a vast network which leads many people fall into its spiral behavior. It basically has no end. Knowingly and unknowingly, it is creating a wide gap between a real life and a social life, and due to which it leads the young generation to live a more social life than focusing on reality. Adults these days are on the falling edge of the term known as life. They had changed the basic meaning of life, and technology plays a vital role in this issue. YouTube, Instagram, and Snapchat are the most popular online platform among teens. Fully 95% of teens have access to a smartphone, and 45% say they are online almost constantly, along with physical issues such as neck pain, strain on eyes caused by the harmful rays coming from the screen of the laptop or phone, headache. The youth are troubling themselves with mental issues like comparison of selves with other people. These increases inferior complexity amongst them. By looking more and more people on internet achieving high and setting goals in their fields, they start to compare themselves with those people and get confused about their career. Youth get easily distracted and stressed out. If they are alone, most of the time it is seen that they use social media for avoiding the loneliness factor, which can also increases loneliness and leads the youth to depression. The real problem is youth want to achieve everything, but they keep the potential to achieve what they want to buy. They do not want to put any efforts. They always want a shortcut. Usually in every problem in life, they prefer smart work over hard work, which is good, but simultaneously it worsens the situations sometimes. And all the reasons behind this is laziness. Laziness is one of the most common factors in everyone's life, which is directly or indirectly effect of technology on human's body. Life without technology. Technology drives our lives today, and we are totally impacted by it in many aspects that sometimes we miss on those beautiful things that can bring to us so much joy and happiness. We barely hear the morning birds creeping as we wake up with our mobile clock snoozing. We rarely hear the rustling of papers and leaves as we are too busy typing away keys. We will never learn to surf the ocean waves as we are too busy surfing from page to page on Google or internet. We will forget what it feels like to live our lives offline. As we are 24/7 online, we will forget saying byes before going out from our homes, as by the time we are out the door, we are already listening to music on our phones. We have settled for something that cannot love us back. Emotions is the only thing that technology lacks. What is the conclusion about technology? Technology helped us take a large step into the future. Businesses and entertainment uses them to make profits. Education uses them to help educate students better, and the medical fields uses technology in different ways. Even you are playing computer games when you are watching the latest movie or you are researching on a topic for your essay on computer, you are affected by the technology. Technologies absolutely, completely changed the world, and it keeps changing. Everyone was impacted by this remarkable device. You You might disagree with me a little bit, but one thing is certain: without computer or technology, in fact, technology, we are not anywhere close to where we are today. As the technology is growing, the social media has become the routine for each and every one. People are seen addicted with these technology every day. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much for your attention and comments. Please feel free to ask any questions or query in the comment section. Go and check the description for feedback form. Don't forget to fill the feedback form to avail your certificates. You will be receiving the e-certificates in your registered email ID within a week. I would like to wrap up this session. Be safe, everyone. Thank you so much.